Now inhale, raise your head straight and stretch maximum back. Stretch maximum back. Take 2-3 breathings. Those who are having cervical spondylitis, they must be a little careful regarding the contraction. Stretching, no problem. Now inhale, keep your head straight. Right. Now right and left bendings. Ideal inhalation, exhale, slowly bend your head towards the right shoulder, almost all head ear coming close to the right shoulder, but don't lift your shoulder. Take 2-3 breathings. Inhale, keep it straight. Now exhale, bend the same head towards left shoulder. Don't lift the left shoulder. Depends on your flexibility without strain and pain, because these movements are a little new to all of us. Inhale, keep your head straight. Now right and left twistings. Ideal inhalation. Exhale, turn your head towards the right shoulder. Chin aligned to the shoulder. Inhale, keep your head straight. Exhale, twist to your head towards the left shoulder. Inhale, keep your head straight. Bring it front side. Release your hands to normal position, Samasthiti position. Now start with the shoulder movements. Inhalation, raise your hands straight over the head. Keep your palms down outside, stretch the elbows straight. Stay there. Exhale, drop your hands from the sideways to the trunk. Now, shoulder rotations. Stretch your hands parallel to the shoulder. Turn your palms up. Exhale, bend your elbows. Keep your palm over the shoulder. Clockwise and anti-clockwise rotation. Ideal inhalation. Exhale, move your shoulders inside. Almost all elbows touch in front of your chest. Move 3 cycles. Inhale, exhalation, move the shoulders inside. Elbows touch in front of the chest. Inhale, exhale, move inside. Inhalation, exhale, move inside. Now keep it in middle. Now inhalation, exhale, stretch outside from inside to outside. One is clockwise, another one is anti-clockwise. Now you are moving your elbows from inside to outside. 3 rotations. Stop the rotation. Inhale, stretch your hands. Exhalation, bring the hands to Samasthiti position. Now trunk movement. Keep your legs in the hip distance. Inhale, raise your hands parallel to the shoulders. Exhale, turn to your right side. Turn your trunk right side without bending the knees. Right hand maximum stretch back. Left hand bring close to your chest. 2 breathings. Left hand bringing close to your chest. Right hand stretch maximum back. Now inhale, come front side. Exhale, same twist to left side. Stretch your left hand maximum back. Right hand bringing close to the chest. Stay there. Inhale. Slowly bring your hands front side. Keep it straight. Exhale. Drop your hands to Samasthiti position. Now the knee movement. One after one. head movement, neck movement, shoulder movement, hip joint. Now coming close to the knee joint. So loosening of joints, Sukshma Vyayama. Right? Now, inhalation, raise your hands parallel to your shoulders in front of your chest. Keep your elbows straight. Exhale, bend your knees 90 degrees. Both the thighs and hands are parallel to the ground. Severe arthritis, knee pains, don't practice this one. Inhale, slowly come back to straight. Again, second time, exhale, bend your knees 90 degrees. Inhale, slowly come back to straight. Exhale, drop your hands to Samasthiti position. Basically, these are useful for the beginners, but fortunately, you are trained last so many months, so it is very easy for you. Now, let us start with some standing asanas. Tadasana, Samasthiti position. Inhalation, a few inches gap between the feet. Exhale, inhale, interlock your fingers, stretch over the head. Here, stretch your elbows straight. Take 5 breathings. Tadasana. By stretching the elbow straight, you feel the effect. Inhale, release your hands over the chest. Exhale, release your interlock hands, Samasthiti position. Now let us start with the Rukshasana. Balancing depends on focus of your mind and eyes at one pinpoint of your opposite side. Right? Ideal inhalation. Exhale. Fold your left leg. Fix your left foot at the root of the thigh. Now inhale. Interlock. Stretch your hands. Namaskaram over the head. Look straight. By reaching this position, your eyes are fixed at one pinpoint. No thoughts. Nirikshe nischala dusha sukshma lakshyam samahitaha. The technique of Trataka is applied here to get more physical balance and mental stability. Exhale, slowly drop your hands. Inhale, stretch your left leg to Samasthiti position. Now practice the same on opposite side. Ideal inhalation. Exhale, fold your right leg, fix your right foot between the root of the thigh and the knee. Inhale, raise your hands from sideways. Keep Namaskaram over the head. Look straight. Tight your elbows. Exhale, slowly drop your hands. Inhale, release right leg to Samasthiti position. Right. Now, let us start Pada Hastasana, standing forward bending. Ekam, inhalation, 1 foot apart. Dve, exhale, bend forward. Don't bend your knees. Insert your hands under the feet. And you catch the legs wherever it is convenient without getting strain in the lower lumbar. Whether you catch the big toe or catch the ankle just below the knees, no problem. First, fix your feet. Now inhale, raise your head, stretch the spine in concave position like third step Surya Namaskaram. Now exhale, slowly bring your head close to the knees. Stay there, take 5 breathings. Pada Hastasana. Fixing your hasta, palms below the feet. Standing forward bending. Those who are severe lower back, don't attempt this asana. Now inhale, raise your head, stretch the spine, concave position. Exhale there. Inhale, slowly release your hands. Come back to standing position. Samasthiti. Join your legs together. Now the counter for this, standing backward stretch. Join your legs together. Inhalation. Fix your both hands. The hip region, almost all thumb touch the spine. Now exhale. Bend your head, chest, trunk back by pushing the hip front side. Stretch your head, chest, trunk back, but push the trunk front. Don't bend your knees. Open your eyes. Consciously breathe. Open your eyes. Inhale, slowly come back to straight. Exhale, drop your hands, Samasthit position. Join your legs together. Now let us start Trikonasana. Ekam, inhalation. Stretch your right leg, one leg length distance. Both the feet are in the same line. Hands stretch straight to the shoulder. Dve, exhale. Turn your right foot. Stretch your hand and the trunk towards right. Stretch. Catch the big toe and catch the leg wherever it is convenient. Just ankle joint below the knee. But keep your both knees straight. Left hand straight to the shoulder. Look at the left palm. 5 breathings. Inhale, slowly come back to first position. Turn your right foot inside. Chetwari, exhale. Turn your left foot. Stretch your left hand and trunk. Catch the big toe. Look at your right palm. 5 breathings. It is a lateral bending. Don't allow your chest to lean front side. Inhale, slowly come back to first position. Samasthiti, exhale, join your legs together. All right. Now, all of you sit in Dandasana Samasthiti position. Standings is over. Now, let us start some sitting asanas. Samasthiti, Dandasana. Now, Vajrasana, similar to our Baddha Konasana, butterfly posture. For improving the flexibility in the pelvis joint. Samasthiti, ideal inhalation, exhale, fold your knees, bring both the feet close to the pelvis, catch with the hands. Now move 5 to 10 times, swinging your knees and thighs to the ground. Straight away instead of pressing to the ground, slowly move your knees and thighs to the ground. Previously we are pressing the knees with the help of hands, but here at present catch the feet, press your knees and thighs close to the ground. Stay there, keep your spine straight, raise the chest. Take a few normal breathings, bringing the feet as close to the pelvis, spine straight, raise the chest. Feet as close to the pelvis, spine straight, raise the chest. Now inhale, release your hands, stretch your legs to Samasthiti position. Samasthiti. Now all of you move to Vajrasana. Inhalation, folding right leg first. In case of any severe knee pain, don't attempt. Otherwise, if it is okay, with the help of pillows, already we introduced how to have the support during Vajrasana. Right. As it is meditation, posture, keep your spine, neck, head in straight line, both the hands on the knees, close your eyes, normal breathing. Now, let us start Ustrasana from this posture. Inhale, stand on the knees. Maintain 6 inches gap between the knees and feet, approximately equal to our hip distance. Right. Exhale, give your both hands support to lumbar spine. Ideal inhalation. Now exhale, slowly bend your head, chest back, open your eyes. Consciously open your eyes. Don't lean your trunk back. Nadu venakku valchakoodu sir. Nadu baga munduku push cheyali. Head to chest ni baga venakku bend cheyali. Take 5 breathings.
Sir,
Consciously.
can we do this asana with the knee problem?
No, sir. No, sir. Vajrasana and its variation don't practice those who are having knee pain.
Okay.
Inhale, slowly come back. Stay there, stay there. Now we are moving to the full form of Ustrasana by dropping the hands over the feet. If it is possible, drop the hands. Otherwise, repeat the same. Ideal inhalation. Now exhale, slowly bend back, bend your head, chest. Now drop the hands. After getting sufficient bending, only you drop the hands, otherwise it leads to wrong bending. Now push your trunk front side. Right. 5 breathings. Please open your eyes and breathe consciously. Open your eyes. Breathe consciously. Inhale. Slowly bring your hands back. Give the hand support to hip. Exhalation down. Sit in Vajrasana position. Now we are moving to Mandukasana. No, Shashankasana. Counter Shashankasana. Yes. Inhalation, widen your knees equal to the shoulder distance. Now exhale, stretch your hands front side. Stretch straight, almost all elbow straight. Right. Either forehead or chin touch the ground. Keep counting 5 breathings. Forehead or chin is advanced to touch the floor. Inhale, slowly bring your hands back. Join your knees together. Right. Now, Mandukasana. Widen your knees. Right. Now, inhalation, raise your hand straight over the head. Bend your right elbow. Keep on the left shoulder blade, scapula. Now again, inhale, raise your left hand straight. Exhale, bend your left elbow, keep on the right shoulder blade. So here both the palms are keeping on your shoulder blades backside. Keep your spine straight. Raise the chest, 5 breathings. Inhale, raise your both hands straight. Exhale, down your hands, join your knees together. Now release Vajrasana from left side. Now last one more sitting asana, that is twist. Vakrasana, which is the preparation of which you are already practiced Bharadwaja and Ardhamaschandrasana. Samasthiti position. Ideal inhalation. Exhale. Fold your right leg. Keep your right foot by the side of the left knee joint. Now again, ideal inhalation. Exhale. Twist your trunk. Left hand overlapping the right knee joint. Catch the right foot. ఎడమ చెయ్యి కుడి మోకాలకి ఈ వైపు నుంచి తీసుకొని వచ్చి బిగ్గుతో పట్టుకోవాలి. ఆర్ పాదాన్ని పట్టుకోవచ్చు, పాదం పక్కన కూడా చేయి ఆనించవచ్చు. Bring your right hand maximum back to the hip, keep on the floor. Now turn your stomach, chest, shoulders, including the head over the right shoulder. Five breathings. Inhale, release your both hands. Exhale, inhalation, stretch your right leg, Samasthiti position. Practice the same on other side. Ideal inhalation, exhale, fold your left leg, left foot by the side of the right knee joint. Again, ideal inhalation, exhale, twist your trunk, right hand overlapping the left knee joint, catch the left foot. Left hand keep by the side of the hip back side. Maximum turn your chest, shoulders and head. Keep your spine straight. 5 breathings. Sir, cheyi koncham close to the hip, sir. Chaitanya, sir, your left hand is close to the hip joint. If you are taking more distance, spine is a little leaning. So keep it close or right. Then it will stretch the spine straight. వెనుకున్న చెయ్యి దూరంగా పెట్టారంటే స్పైన్ బెండ్ అవుతుంది. అలా కాకుండా try to keep close to the trunk. Now inhale, release your both hands. Exhale there, inhalation. Stretch your left leg to Samasthiti position. 2 minutes, lie down on your supine posture, sir. Okay, Makarasana. All of you lie down on Makarasana. It is an asana as well as relaxation. Before commencing the back bending asanas, legs apart, fold your hands, keep under your head, below your head. Both the palms keep each another and keep your head side on the palms. Relax yourself. Keep your head either side, right or left. Relax your feet. Knees straight. Normal breathing. Now slowly open your eyes, sir. Join your legs together. Let us start Bhujangasana. Join your legs together. Stretch your hands back. Stretch your chin front side. గాలి పీల్చుకుంటూ గడ్డం చక్కగా ముందుకు చాపండి. Exhale. Bring your hands below the shoulders. రెండు అరచేతులు shoulders కిందికి తీసుకోండి, near to the chest. Now inhale, lift your head, chest, stomach up to the navel. Up to navi paryantam. Below the navel, don't lift. Raise your head. 5 breathings. Here you observe the shoulders are relaxed. Don't clench or tight. Elbows touch the trunk. Exhalation down. Inhale, stretch your hands back. Now Shalabhasana. In case of any lower back or cervical, lifting both legs is difficult. Let us practice Ardha Shalabhasana only. Now stretch your chin front side only. Press the palms on the ground. Wrist, elbow, shoulder touch the ground. Now inhale, lift your both legs straight. Here height is not important. Keeping the legs straight. Height depends on your lower spine flexibility. Keep your knees straight. Harish, our hands are close to the trunk. చేతులు నడుముకు దగ్గరగా పెట్టుకోవాలి. Good, right. Now exhale slowly down your legs. Inhale, open your hands, relax. Now all of you turn to your back side. Turn to your supine posture. There are 3 more supine asanas. Starts with Setu Bandhasana, which is we called as Deepada Pitasana. Inhalation, fold your both legs. Bring the feet close to your pelvis, buttocks. Exhale, catch your ankle joints. If it is difficult to catch the ankle joints, simply press your palms on the ground, keeping the elbow straight. Now inhale, lift your trunk. Lift your trunk, chest, almost all, head and shoulders alone touch the ground. Here, your chin touch the sternum. 5 breathings. This is one of the best back pain reliever. Exhalation down. Inhale, release your hands, stretch your legs to Samasthit position. Now, Uttana Padasana. See the procedure, Samasthit position. Press your hands on the ground. Inhale, lift your both legs 30 degrees. Stretch the feet outside. Hands are pressing on the ground. Don't lift your head, only the legs, keeping the knees straight. Lift 30 degrees. Stay there 5 breathings. Exhalation down. Relax your hands. Now, Ardha Halasana. Luckily, you are able to do Sarvangasana, Halasana also, but it is for the beginners. Now, press the hands on the ground, same position. Inhale, lift your legs straight. Don't lift your hip and the trunk, just keeping the heel, knees, and thighs straight. Stay there. 5 breathings. Tight your knees. Stretch your feet outside. Exhalation down. Legs apart. Right. Now, one more supine posture, that is Pavana Muktasana, also called as Apanasana. Inhalation, fold your both legs over the chest. Exhale, interlock with the both hands. Press the knees and thighs against the chest. Lift your head 10 breathings. Knees together, feet together. మోకాళ్ళు పాదాలు దగ్గర ఉండాలి, పాదాలు ముందుకు స్ట్రెచ్ చేసి ఉంచాలి, రిలాక్స్లీ స్ట్రెచ్డ్ అవుట్ సైడ్. గుడ్. 10 breathings. Any difficulty by the back bendings is eliminated by this practice, Pavana Muktasana. Inhale, slowly down your head. Release your hands. Exhale, stretch the legs to Samasthit position. Now the asana part is over by the Shavasana. Adjust your body in Shavasana position. 1 to 1.5 foot gap between the legs equal to the hip distance. Open your palms. Keep your head straight. Relax your feet. Shramaharam Chitta Vishranti Karakam. No any internal thoughts in mind. No any stiffness or tightness over the body. Uttanam Shavavat Bhumau. How there is no any movement in the corpse pose. Body is like that. Keep your mind on normal breathing. Bringing the feet as slowly open your eyes, sir. Turn your right side, sit in Samasthita position, sir. Slowly open your eyes, sir. All of you sit in meditation posture, preferably Padmasana or Swastikasana. Luckily, you are all trained well in the advanced techniques of Agnisara, Uddiyana Bandha, Nauli, Kapalabhati. So, just for on understanding ourselves, Hanumantuni Mundu Kuppi Gantulu, those who are in the 2 programs of 6 months like traditional Kriya Yoga and stress management, you feel very convenient and easy in these practices. Now let us start Kapalabhati. 30 strokes, 2 cycles. Active exhalation, passive inhalation. Keep the hands in Dhyana Mudra. Let us giving strokes. Short, rapid exhalation. Sound is coming from the glottis. Normal breathing. Normal breathing. Yesterday I told you, in case of any cardiac issues, hypertension, vertigo are not supposed to do this practice. If they want to do very mild sound, like a little similar to Ujjayi. Again, second cycle, Kapalabhati. Let us start. 30 strokes. Take normal breathing. Don't open your eyes. Take normal breathing. Every technique of breathing keeps your mind calm, quiet, and helps to become introvert, antarmukham, to continue the antaranga sadhana. So after any type of pranayama technique, don't open your eyes. Let us observe silence and calmness in mind. Today I am just to speed up the practice a few minutes because next our speaker is the most eminent person in field of Ayurveda, Professor P. Murali Krishna Garu, Principal of SV Ayurveda College TTD. So we are inviting sir just to 5 to 10 minutes before that in scheduled time. Now let us start practice Nadi Shuddi Pranayama. 3 cycles. Left hand Dhyana Mudra, right hand in Murgi Mudra. Starts with the left inhalation, right exhalation, right inhale, left exhalation. 3 cycles. Keep your spine straight. Raise the chest. Concentrate mind over the pranic flow. Here we are not practicing retention, no kumbhakam, simply Puraka, Raichaka.
Hello.
If 3 cycles is over, release Murgi Mudra, normal breathing. Now let us start Sitali Pranayama. These are well practiced by yourself in previous practices. Let us start Sitali. No need of mudra, sir. Here also don't go for retention. Simple. Tongue inhalation, both nostrils exhalation. Keep the tongue outside. Make the lips round. Inhale slowly with the tubed shape of tongue. Inhale slowly. Inhalation is over. Bring the tongue inside. Close the mouth. Now passively exhale with the both nostrils. This is one cycle. Just like that. 4 cycles. Inhale with the tongue. Exhale with both nostrils. Shitali, one of the best pranayama which calms the mind and cools the body. Shitali. Excess heat manifestation is easily reduced by this practice. Those who are doing 30 cycles twice a day. Inhale, tubed shape of tongue. Now exhale both nostrils. If 3-4 cycles is over, take normal breathing. Take normal breathing. Now the Brahmary Pranayama is introduced here is in the 2 types. One is the basic type without hand gestures. Without the hand gestures. Another one is the type is with the help of Shanmukhi Mudra. So here normal inhalation, exhalation is humming sound like makara. Right. So keep your hands in Shanmukhi Mudra. It helps to avoid the external sound disturbance. Closing the ears with the thumb, eyes with the index finger, nose with the ring and middle finger, lips with the little and ring finger. Here inhale normally by relaxing the middle finger. Inhalation is normal, deep. While you are exhaling, humming sound like a makara in Om chanting. Inhale by relaxing the fingers on the nose slowly. After inhalation, close the nostrils. Exhale by humming sound. Inhale. Exhale. Last round. Inhale. Exhale. Release your hands. Keep the hands in Dhyana Mudra. Both the hands in your lap. Keep your hands in Dhyana Mudra. Keep your spine, head in straight line. Raise your head a little straight. Concentrate your eyes and mind between the eyebrows. Bhru Madhya Drushti. Breathing is normal. Focusing your eyes and mind between the eyebrows.
Let us start संकल्प. हमें अपने मन को हमेशा संतुलित रखना है. इसी मैंने है हमारा आत्मा विकास समाया है. मैंने अपने कर्तव्य खुद के प्रति, कुटुंब की प्रति, काम, समाज और विश्व के प्रति शांति, आनंद और स्वास्थ्य के प्रचार के लिए बद्ध हूँ. शांति पाठ 9. ओम सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः. सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः. सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु. मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्. ओम शांति शांति शांतिः. सब सुखी हो, सब निरोग हो, सब निरामय हो, सबका मंगल हो, कोई दुखी नहीं हो. May all become happy. May all be free from illness. May all see what is auspicious. May no one suffer. Om peace, peace, peace.
All of you relax, sir. From your practice position, relaxedly sitting, because now I am going to introduce one of the best eminent person, because my introduction regarding the sari is very, very important. Please patiently listen to this. Why is I have to read any information in front of the sir only. Sir is going to be joined. Actually, sir is ready. We hold him for 3-4 minutes. So all of you please ready, comfortably sit in your positions where you can able to sit 1 hour plus. Please comfortably have some book and pen or etc. Be ready. Sir is not a man of knowledge. He is a practicing and practicing the same knowledge. So I don't want to deliver any single word without him. Let him join, sir.
ప్రత్యేక హోదా మీద బీజేపీ వారి వాదన కానీ ఓకే నేను తెలంగాణలో 2 సంవత్సరాల తర్వాత నుంచి కోవిడ్ తర్వాత తెలంగాణ ఉందా అని అప్పటి నుంచి నేను కానీ వీరందరూ
In 1 minute, sir. Sorry, we'll join 1 minute. One small hint for all of you. I saw only 2-3 persons in my life who are for the past 20 years the same. For the past 20 years, in their physical appearance and in mental capacities, they are same. One is my master, Rajendra Reddy Garu, and another one is at present our honorable speaker, Professor P. Muralikrishna Sir, and maybe on and off I observed B.M. Hegde. Some of you know that B.M. Hegde, scientist, a doctor and philosopher. So everyone is just waiting for Sir and knowing lot of valuable information from Sir.
सर नमस्कार सर।
हाँ नमस्ते मैडम।
सर वो यदि आपको जब टाइम मिलेगा अपने कार्यक्रम के बीच में तो प्लीज मुझे डिटेल में बता दीजिएगा कि डिस्टेंस जो मीन्स
Very good. Madam, I saw yesterday your message. I will clarify next after.
Yes.
Because good time is there. Just definitely I will clarify. I saw your message yesterday night.
ओके थैंक यू सर। Sir, you are muted, sir, I think. Why is this not coming?
సార్ వాయిస్ ఏం రావట్లేదు.
Sir, your voice is not coming. I think you are muted, sir.
2 minutes, please wait, madam. 2 minutes, wait. Just we are connecting, sir. Please wait for 2 minutes. Sorry, ma'am. हाँ सर नमस्ते सर చెప్పండి సార్. నమస్కారం సార్.
Hello? Yeah.
వాయిస్ వినిపిస్తుంది. నమస్కారం.
Okay.
Sir, it is my pleasure to introduce, sir. Good morning, all of you. I extend a warm welcome to the second session of awareness webinar series on yoga and well-being during the COVID pandemic. I am very happy to introduce today's speaker, Professor P. Muralikrishna Sir, SV Ayurveda College, Tirupati Devasthanam, Tirupati, to deliver a lecture on this topic, healthy lifestyle in the light of yoga and Ayurveda. Healthy lifestyle in the light of yoga and Ayurveda. He is the recipient of good number of awards. That is, Divi Srinivasaracharyalu State Medal, approach to skin diseases, Ayurvedic approach to skin diseases, Chavali Ramaya Memorial Gold Medal from Nagarjuna University, Achanta Lakshmipati Gold Medal from same Nagarjuna University. These gold medals received from Excellency Kumudben Joshi, Governor of Andhra Pradesh in 1987. With Vajrasana Foundation National Award in 1992, Best Scientific Paper in all Indian postgraduate level presentation. Doctor of Science honor was conferred by the Open International University for Complementary Medicine in Colombo 1997. Outstanding Young Person of the Zone Award from Sri Purandareshwari Minister of HRD, New Delhi in 2006. Outstanding Young Indian National Award was received in 2006. And also recipient of State level Dhanvantri Award in 2016, recipient of International Charaka Award from Association of Ayurvedic Professionals of North America of USA in 2017. He has held many positions at different capacities. Governing body member of Central Council Research Ayurvedic Science from 2015 to 18. Expert speaker in mega event and national campaign on Ayurveda and Siddha, geriatric healthcare organized by the Ayush in 2018. Sir is keynote speaker of first Australian conference on Panchakarma and Yoga in Australia in 2013. For his credits, he has visited Singapore, Melbourne, London, Paris, and Zurich on academic tours in 2016. He is an expert speaker in an international conference on yoga and Ayurveda sponsored by Minister of Ayush in Australia in 2018. Monitoring committee member of Amlaka Rasayana project sponsored by the DST, Department of Science and Technology in 2007. Technical expert committee member, document on Ayurveda by Ayush Government of India. Expert committee member in WHO, World Health Organization project in 2012, member of subcommittee, steering committee of 12th five-year plan of India. He acted as a resource person and expert committee member in national and international workshops. He is also reviewer of research projects Ayurveda submitted to the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, New Delhi. He is chairman of Institutional Ethics Committee, Research Wing of Ayurveda, Kanchipuram. He is also the reviewer of the research project on Ayurveda submitted to DST. He has delivered 137 guest lectures both in India and abroad, national and international. He has chaired scientific session 25 times in national and international seminars, workshops. He has 30 publications in national and international journals. At present, awareness on Ayurveda to common man through SVBC weekly program that is conducting Ayurvedam Arogyam every Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. And also several radio talks, Ayurveda, All India Radio, Tirupati and Kadapa. He has delivered more than 200 lectures on health and Ayurveda to the Sweta and training the TTD employees. He has organized 5 CME, continuing medical education program on Panchakarma as a coordinator. He is the editor of 2 souvenirs released on the CME program on Panchakarma from 2013 to 2019. Apart from these academic achievements, professional developments, thousands of patients were cured of their diseases under his able treatment. This is the reason Vaidyo Narayano Harihi. We humbly pronounce in front of our feet. Sir, we are fortunate enough to have you in this program. Sir, therefore, I request you to deliver your valuable speech. Once again, welcome you, sir. But it is our personal opinion and is well-known fact to near and dear to entire the surroundings of the Tirupati people. Sir is staunch devotee to the Ramakrishna Paramahamsa and Swami Vivekananda Mutt and their principles and philosophies. And previously I told you, I knew since Sir last 19-20 years, our physical personality and mental capacities are the same. Previously I told 3 persons in my life. That is, one is Professor P. Muralikrishna sir, and another one is my master Rajendra Reddy Garu, and told you B.M. Hegde. I didn't see any change in their personal appearance and the mental capacities. Once again, I humbly pronounce to invite this function, sir. Please, sir. Welcome. Okay,
Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Audible. Sir.
Yes, sir, audible.
Yes, sir.
Let me take this opportunity to thank the organizers for inviting me to stand before you to share some of my views on healthy lifestyle. And let me take this opportunity to actually greet you on the International Yoga Day tomorrow. So really, that's very fortunate enough that Indians celebrating, not only Indians, all over the world, the yoga is being celebrated as a special day in 365 days. So I'm given the opportunity to speak before you on healthy lifestyle. Healthy lifestyle is a very, very essential thing because yoga, which is a offshoot of the Patanjali Raj Yoga, and one of the 6 Shad Darsanas, as you know, these are all Astika Darsanas. They believe in the supremacy of the Vedas. And similarly, Ayurveda is also based on the Sankhya philosophy. And yoga is also lenient to Sankhya philosophy. So there is a thread between these two, yoga and Ayurveda, linked to the Sankhya philosophy. That is the reason why we both are very, very closely associate each other, and our aims are the same, similar, and that is the reason why there are common factors in lifestyle correction, even in the yoga and also Ayurveda. So if you see, Ayurveda is a unique indigenous medicine developed as an offshoot of Vedas, and it is also called as Adharvana Veda Upanga. But if you see Ayurveda in a different perspective, this is widely now acceptable in all over the world. WHO is also considers that it is a very comprehensive traditional medicine so far available in the world. So based on that, let me say what actually the healthy lifestyle, how to deal it, and what are the benefits we get by adopting a healthy lifestyle. These are all very important factors nowadays in the context of pandemic. Very important thing which I want to share is Ayurveda says that if you are healthy, no disease can touch you. That is the concept. Because Ayurveda, somebody recently asked me whether you have any concept of microbiology in your system, because there is no description of microbes in Ayurveda. So how can you say, because these are all new things, virus, bacteria and other things are very new. But I said Ayurveda says that there are 2 factors, krimi and krumi. Krimi and krumi, that means there are 2 terms described in Ayurveda. One is crawling, that is what we see insects. Kru kramati iti krimi. And kri parisarpane, that means it proliferates fastly. There are 2 concepts present in Ayurveda. But Ayurveda has given very less importance to these krimi because it has given due importance to the kshetra, that is the constitution or the human body. Let me say an example. Suppose if you take a fertile seed, very good seed, produced from even biotechnology, but if you sow in a unfertile soil, that will not give a sprout. Though it is a very good seed, but the facility must be there from the even kshetra, that is the body. So similarly, even microbes, n number of microbes will be there, but if your body is maintaining equilibrium, then no microbe is going to cause the disease. So that is the reason why you might have seen even the pandemic conditions, around out of 100, that is 100% people, 85% are asymptomatic, very negligible symptoms are there in COVID. But only 15, among the 15%, around 10% people are having mild to moderate symptoms, and only 5% going to the critical condition. But the same virus, but it reflects on different people in a different way. What is the reason behind this? This reason is because of their equilibrium or their healthy lifestyle and their healthy body. So this is actually the very important concept one has to understand. And to make us more healthy, we must adopt a healthy lifestyle. So then coming to what actually the lifestyle, because World Health Organization has declared 2011 to 2020 as a lifestyle decade, lifestyle disorders, decade of lifestyle disorder. That means earlier, so in the previous years, even now also we faced a pandemic. So the infectious diseases are very common. But nowadays, the highest death rate is seen in lifestyle disorders like coronary artery disease, diabetes, hypertension, stroke. So all these dyslipidemia, All these are lifestyle disorders. They are not manifested by microbes, but they are disturbed by our defective lifestyle. So then what lifestyle we have to adopt? This is very important question. But there was a demand from world. Many countries wrote to the WHO that is there any such lifestyle principles available in any indigenous, any traditional systems of the world. Then WHO has wrote a letter to the Ministry of Ayush, and Ministry of Ayush, I was also one of the members who developed that lifestyle principles in Ayurveda. By adopting that, one can maintain the healthy state. So let me give at least very important focal points in this. I remember very important book, probably you might have seen some of you, Blue Zones, World Blue Zones. John Butner's World Blue Zones is a very famous book. So what actually the uniqueness of this Blue Zones? Actually, these Blue Zones there are 5 areas in the world where densely populated centenarians are there. Centenarians means who crossed 100 years or who are living 100 years. So there is a densely populated people who lives more than 100 years are located in these 5 zones in the world. Sardinia, Italy, Okinawa, Japan, and some areas of the Northern America, Europe. So these 5 areas where they are densely located with the centenarians. There was a study conducted. What actually the principles behind these people, they lived longer. Identified that is only because of their lifestyle. You remember. So because of their lifestyle, the regulated lifestyle, regulated habits, food habits, regulated exercise, and these are all emotional free life. These are all important principles they identified in these Blue Zones. If you find that book, you can just go through that. It's a very, very informative book. That is Blue Zones, World Blue Zones. Why I am saying that? This is a most circulated book and most sold book in the world. That means people are eagerly waiting to learn the principles of lifestyle, healthy lifestyle. So they want. But if such people connect to the TVs, connect to the YouTubes, lot of things are dumped in the form of information. So there is a lot of confusion which has to be followed and which not to be followed. So there is a lot of confusion areas, dark areas, that where somebody says that the excessive water intake is good. Somebody says that moderation of water intake is good. Somebody says that you take 3 or 2 liters of water soon after getting up. Some say that it is not ideal. So there are a lot of confusions in the lifestyle advocations by social media and also electronic media. But in this context, naturally, everybody is confused that what has to be followed and what not to be followed. So let me clarify only those areas, and let me take first. The very important thing Ayurveda says that the human body is, when at the time of birth, it is hardly 3.5 kgs. Now puffed into 60, 70, 80 once the individual is grown into adult stage. But from where this mass has come? This has come from the food only. So that is what Ayurveda says. Ahara sambhava jantu rogasha ahara sambhava. That means the body is produced out of food and diseases are also born out of food. So if you correct the food and you are free from the disease state and you enjoy a healthy state. So that is very, very important. So the ahara is a very important requisite and also a very principle in the lifestyle to correct it. So then lot of things will come into our mind, what to eat, what not to eat, and how much to eat, at what time we have to eat, whether raw vegetables are good or fasting is good. So many things come into our picture, whether to follow all these things or not. So let me say one quotation from Ayurveda. Ayurveda says, Shat Trim Satam Sahasrani Ratrinam Hita Bhojanahan. The people who take Hita, that means suitable food, they live for 36,000 nights. That is nothing but 360 in, that means 100 years. So centenarians, they will become centenarians. So by key point in it is hita ahara. So what is suitable? What is not suitable? Again, a question comes in our mind. Very important thing Ayurveda says, there are only 4 or 5 principles related to the diet. I will say because of the constraint of time, I'll give you in a very brief one. So very first step in principle of Ayurveda is Mita Ahara. Mita means limited diet. So you remember that always people think that if you take very heavy food, you'll be very strong. People used to say, you eat and you will become strong. If you do not eat much, you will be weak. So this concept is there, but this is good for the pregnant women, growing children, not for adult. So once they cross it to the 20, and again, they have to maintain their body, that's all. No further growth is possible except adding fat to the body. So in that condition, maintenance is very important. For that maintenance, mitahara is very important. Mita means limited food. So how much quantity we have to eat? There are 2 proposals. Ayurveda says that if you divide the quantity of or capacity of your intake into 4 parts, 2 parts you can take as solid food, 1/4, that is quarter part you can add liquids, and 1/4, that is quarter part has to be left for the aeration. So you are entitled to take 50% solid food and 25% liquid, and 25% has to be left vacant. You should not say that, how can we know our capacity? How can we measure that whether it is 50%, 25% or 25%? But you remember, whenever you take food, you must feel that, yes, I can take even food further, but I am stopping here. That type of thing is very, very essential. That is the quality of mitahara. I can take food further, but I'm stopping here because mitahara is very good for our healthy lifestyle. So that point is very, very important. But everything in moderation is good. Ayurveda says that everything in moderation is good. But even excess, even inadequate, both are going to cause harm. So food must be in moderation. Quantity must be in moderation. So there is a proverb in English. If you want to eat more, you eat less now, you will eat more. This is really very important because some people are very gluttons. They want to eat more. They are very cravey for eating. Even such people, this proverb is very, very informative. If you eat less now, you will eat more in the future. How can it be possible? Suppose if they live for 100 years, they can eat tons of food for 100 years. Suppose if they eat right now with a craving, then what will happen? They will become diabetics, hypertensives, cardiovascular problems. Lot of list will be there by the doctor. You should not eat all these. So your quantity, craving, everything is lost. So that is what actually, there is another proverb. The gluttons, that means the people who eat more than the required. Those are called gluttons. Gluttons dig their own grave with their own teeth. This is a proverb in English. That means whoever eat more, they are going to die early. This is a principle. So even the blue zones, what we have seen in the world, they're all having this quality, that is limited food. Taking limited food is a very, very important quality in diet habits. And second I told you, hita ahara. Hita means suitable. What is suitable? What is non-suitable is a very important thing. Because it is individualization. You cannot generalize it. Some people say that you eat only raw foods. You take only raw material. So this is not ideal. Ayurveda say this is descended from the Vedas. Always cooked food is to be served for the human beings. There is cooked food. And we never advocate, Ayurveda never advocate pakva, apakva ahara taking together. Some people used to take in the food, along with food, salads are taken. But that is not ideal. If you want to eat food, you eat food with the cooked form. And if you want to eat raw, you eat raw, only fruits. Raw can be taken, but it should not be mixed together. Cooked, uncooked food is prohibited in Ayurveda. That means both togetherly you should not take. And similarly, as you know well, more vegetables, more in boiled form is ideal. More seasonal food is ideal. Seasonal fruits are also ideal. And whatever that's suitable to you, how can we identify? So there are two categories of people. One category of people, whatever they eat, they accommodate. But the repercussions or negativity in their body will be delivered as actually, there are two things actually what we see. So if you deposit some amount of money in bank, you have two options. Every month you can get the interest, or at the time cumulative interest can be achieved. So there are two things. Similarly, there are people who take indiscriminately. They do not have any discrimination in eating. But other people compare them. See, this fellow is eating everything, not getting anything at all. But one fine morning, he will be delivered with a cumulative interest, you remember. So they will surface a disease which cannot be cured by medicine. We come across such people. So they say that this fellow is a smoker, drunkard, and he did all the nonsense things, but he survives. He's maintaining a very healthy stage. But I am very legitimate. I am taking a very regulated food habits. I am adopting a good lifestyle, but still I am getting the disease. But you remember that your problem is like you are taking the interest every month or every day, and that fellow is getting the cumulative interest. That's all. But this is a very, very ideal thing. Getting the repercussion immediately is a very good way. That means body is reporting you every time. So how we know that it is a suitable diet? Suitable diet means after taking that on the next day, maybe within 24 to 48 hours, there should not be any negative sign in your body. There should not be any discomfort in your abdomen. Your digestion process must be good. There should not be any constipation. Your sleep must be comfortable. If all these things are there, your food, whatever that is consumed earlier, is suitable for you. So very important that. And as per Ayurveda, we have 7 constitutions. That means prakritis. That is decided at the time of birth itself. And based on that constitution, you can identify the suitable food in the in books, and you can adopt that. But very important thing, generalization also we can say. The very important generalization is adopt the food which is boiled form. Avoid to take spicy and fried form. Fried is a very dangerous thing for the healthy state, you remember. Boiled form is a very ideal state for that. And more quantity of the vegetables, more quantity of fiber food, and more usually if you see in the Indian kitchens, we used to use around 30 herbs in the form of turmeric, pepper powder, ginger, coriander leaves, so many things. You can see around 30 herbs are widely used by us. Because of that, we are being survived by the infliction of the pesticides and chemical manures in India. So you remember that, because if the foreigner is given our food, they will die within no time. So why? Because we are taking herbs without our notice. And this is these spices, these 34 herbs are going to protect us. You see, there is no such food which is prepared without the haldi. So that is turmeric. So turmeric is considered the very best medicine nowadays. So these type of things are there, but unnoticingly, it has become a part, Ayurveda has become a part of our lifestyle, and it is there entered into our kitchens, and our formulations, vegetables and other things are very protected form. And you also know, if you take the Andhra Pradesh, the regional food variations are also there. Rayalaseema, we take a different food. If you go to the Godavari districts, different food is there. This is also a tradition inherited from the previous generations. That food is suitable for those areas. You cannot take the food of the Godavari districts in Rayalaseema. Rayalaseema food in the Godavari districts. This is not possible, because that is the reason why the regionalism, regional food habits have become, if you see in India, regional wise, thousands of varieties of food habits are seen in the localized form. So that is the reason why whatever the food which is available, which is traditionally nurtured in that area, that is the best way. I give an example. When I was a student in Banaras University, when I was um, uh, attending my post-graduation, I used to take curd there, because curd taking is a habit for us in South India. So even after going there, without curd, I could not feel myself that my food is finished unless I take a curd rice. But when I started taking curd rice in the winter, where it touches even 6 degrees, 7 degrees in Varanasi, I used to get shivering soon after taking the curd. So I stopped taking curd there. Similarly, roti, dry rotis are taken in abundant form. Nothing is going to, if you take only rice, immediately you will get hunger. But by taking roti, the hunger can be managed even the winters also. But when I came back, I started continuing the same habit here. Immediately I got cracks of feet, dryness of skin. All those things have seen here. Again, I adopted to my own food style, previous food style of rice, taking rice. So these are all the things actually we have to understand. The local food habits are good for. If somebody says that this food is good, don't adopt that. But whatever the traditional food which is there in that area, that is the very, very ideal food. But be very natural. Natural means don't be natural in taking the salads. People say that you take raw material, raw foods. Raw foods I am against unless it is grown in organic form. Because as you know, nowadays chemical manures are added, pesticides are sprayed. So usually, unfortunate thing in India is, uh, unlike other countries. In other countries, if a pesticide is sprayed, and it has to be waited for about a metabolic period of 21 days at least to bring into the market. But that is not possible in India. Today, if you spray, I used to come across a farmer who is growing the watermelon, muskmelon. Even one day before also they have to spray. Without spraying that, it cannot be brought to the market. So that is the situation in India. So in that condition, if you go adopt the salad food, natural food, what they other people used to say, that is not good unless it is grown in your own courtyard and it is in absolutely an organic form. You can eat the raw material, and that is salad foods are also can be taken. But I am not against to that. But whenever you take, you decide whether it is a organic form, whether it is a cooked form or non-cooked form. So you should not mix together. That is very, very important. So third very important thing is timely food. Timely food is very, very important. Nowadays, it is missing in many families. I used to come across wife and husband coming to me for treatment. Husband used to say that she's taking breakfast at 11 o'clock, sir, taking food at 3 o'clock. But I used to say, because from the spiritual background, I used to say probably this lady is doing a lot of puja in the morning and taking breakfast at 11 o'clock. But it is not like that. A lot of cereals, lot of other activities are there. They skip the food. And sometimes husband used to say, earlier she used to take at 1 o'clock. Now it is shifted to 2:30, sir. Because the TV serials are shifted to another time. Time slot is changed. So this aspect is there. Nowadays, timely food is very, very important. If you take at least 1 hour this way, that way, exceptionally in some conditions, we forego the timely food. So we have to accept that. But it should not be repeated. Whether you are taking timely food or not, that will be known when you are in Sunday. Sunday is in your hands. But you can take food in the right appropriate time. But if you do not take that, you do not have that habit of adopting the timely food intake. So timely food intake is very, very important, because Ayurveda also says that a timely food is going to properly digest till the end. Proper digestion is taking place, and it is going to give you a nourishment to your body and health to your total constitution. So if you change this habit, again, you are going to be punished. Nowadays, in the younger generation, especially younger generation and in the modern generation, so-called modern generation, they do not have any time at all. They take food at any time. Even night restaurants are there, daytime restaurants are there. They wake up, a different lifestyle is there. These are all going to have an accumulated effect on their health. Definitely, they are going to come out with a problem which may not be cured by a medical fraternity. So that you have to understand as a beginner, where you have a lot of inclination towards maintaining the healthiness. So this is the third point. Fourth one is always eat the seasonal fruits. Seasonal fruits. Fruits, abundant fruits are available around us. Seasonal fruits are very, very important. So because that season, that fruit, nature is going to give you to supplement certain nutrients. You remember that nature is very, very intelligent, but it is going to give supplements which are required for you during that season, compensating the effects of other natural, the nature's effects on your health. So if you adopt that food, so immediately you may ask, sir, nowadays there is no seasonal fruits. You can get the fruit every time throughout this is 365 days. This is also a problem nowadays. But you know, the mangoes which are taken during this period is good. But if you take the same mangoes in other season, you are going to face the problem. There is no doubt at all. This is the nature. So even you have gone against the nature by adopting the biotechnology methods, no doubt. But definitely you are going against the nature, and you are going to be punished, no doubt at all. So seasonal fruits are very, very important. And another important thing is mindful eating. This is very, very important. You educate your children. Mindful eating. Mindful eating means while eating the food, there should not be any distraction. There should not be any discussion. There should not be any watching of TV, or there should not be any argument with other people. What we used to do when we go for the seminars and workshops, or when you go for the marriage parties. So while eating, so many things are coming to the discussion. So that is also not good. It is going to influence as a adverse effects on our health. So very important. The Ayurveda, that is the reason why Ayurveda says that it is an ajna. It is an offering to the Vaishvanara. Vaishvanara is the God within us in the form of Agni, taking all the food and digesting it, processing it, and giving energy to us. As it is said in the Bhagavad Gita, Ham Vaishvanaro Bhutva Praninam Deham Asrita. So Lord himself is in the form of Vaishvanara, and we are offering in the form of Yajna, Ahuti to him, and such type of mind must be there. That type of tranquility of mind must be there while taking food. Watching TV and taking food is very harmful in the long course. But several people, logically, they think that it is an absurd thing. But no, tranquility of mind, because the digestive process starts at the mind. Psychological initiation of the digestive process is very, very important. As you might have heard, if you are a biology student, Pavlov's reflex. Pavlov's reflex, probably you must remember, food is served to a dog. Before serving the food, a bell is rung. And after some time, only bell was rung and no offering was food is there, but digestive enzymes are produced. That means there is a link, psychological link. So that psychological link is set by unmindful activity. So unmindful eating is very, very important. Keeping the mind only on food is very important. Unmindful eating is prohibited. That means you are thinking something and taking the food. So in that condition, they will become obese or they will become lean. Why? Because they do not have quantification. They are eating they are listening to something and eating here. So that is the reason they will become obese people. So this is what we commonly see in many younger generation. So they will become plump, obese. Why? Because unmindful eating, because they do not know quantification. There is no time at all eating, and there is no space maintained between the food servings. Continuous eating is there. That what we see in certain group of people in North India. They continuously eat from morning to evening. After that, one after another. So this is what we see when we travel in trains. So they continuously eat one after another. So that is actually prohibited. So these are all overall. If you see, the food must be mita in limited quantity, hita suitable to you, and seasonal fruits. Foods are very important, and usually we take around 30 herbs in our food. That is also added advantage for us. And in addition to that, very important thing is timely food and mindful eating. So these are all very, very essential things. We have to give this not only to us, but even to our younger generation, because younger generation deviated from this type of principles of life. And I told you, several people argue with you that even by taking that for the last 1 year, I'm not having any problem. So, but you give an example that you have a cumulative deposit, and I am having a regulated deposit every month I am taking back, and you are having cumulative deposit. One time it will be served as a total. So where there will not be any medical assistance possible, there is no medical even management possible in those conditions, which we come across very frequently. So next, another important thing, we have a lot of questions about the water intake. People say which water is good, RO water is good or not, what is the best way of water, and how much quantity we have to take water per day, and what are the things actually before taking food, water is advised or not. So many advocations in the social media and also YouTubes and TV channels. This I have to clarify, because whatever that is said in Ayurveda, so far no principle is being condemned by modern scientific parameters. So that is the reason we can strongly adopt it, because it is descended from the Vedic culture, and no principle so far in Ayurveda is condemned by the contemporary science. Even if it is condemned now, after 20, 30 years, they are going to adopt it. So I will give an example. 30 years back, modern systems say that you eat whatever you want to eat, but you take this pill, you will be cured. And now, no. You have to restrict these foods, especially diabetes, hypertension, cardiovascular problem, dyslipidemia. In all these conditions, lot of list is also given by them. So earlier, the people in the society, there was a hearsay that Ayurvedic doctors used to prescribe patyam. But now everybody is prescribing patyam. So the people 30 years back, they said that nothing is there. You can eat whatever you want to eat. But now lot of list is given. So there is a transition, even the modern perception. And in before 1900, modern system never think that there is an existence of mind. But after 1911, Hans Selye, lot of work was done that there is a mind. Mind has a role, and mind can influence the body. Body can influence the mind. The mind is also a abode of disease. These are all identified. But Ayurveda says long back, in 2000 years back in the books, there are three components of human body. That is physical body, that is the Sharira, and Manas, that is mind, Atma, that is consciousness. All these three form into a living entity. So among these three, two are vulnerable to diseases. That is body and mind. Both are vulnerable to diseases. This was said 2000 years back, but they identified only in the 20th century. So you can remember that the transition is there, whatever that principle. So again, let me come back to the water. So water, actually, the plain water intake in the morning is very good. The Ushodaya Pana is a very good. This is advised in Ayurveda, and it gives longevity to the life. You remember, soon after getting up, after brushing, you can take water. But how much quantity you have to take? There is a difference. But Ayurveda says that around 500 ml is ideal, not more than that. That nowadays people used to drink even 1 liter, 2 liters. I used to come across such patients. They say that I used to take 2 liters of water in the morning, sir, only to flush out my bowels. So this is not good idea. So regularly you take 500 ml, and it should not be warm water. You remember, people used to take warm water, that is lukewarm water. That is not good. Plain water is advised in Ayurveda. Plain water can be taken in the morning, which is kept anywhere. So immediately some people used to ask, can I keep in copper vessel? Can I keep in silver vessel? Yes, you can keep. But copper, silver, you have to clean it very properly. If it's a copper vessel, which is not properly cleaned every day, it has no role at all. So copper, silver vessel, you can keep water, and that plain water, the room temperature, you can take. Neither it is very hot, it should not be hot, and it should not be cold. In the room temperature, you can take. So this is very, very important. And then how much quantity per day we have to take. But there is a regulatory mechanism in us, you remember. So you feel thirst whenever there is inadequacy of water in our body. So there is a mechanism, correction mechanism, but you have to attend that thirst. Very important. Sometimes you feel thirst, but you do not take water because of your already occupied activities. So that is not good. So whenever you feel thirst, you have to attend to the water. So total requirement is, if it is a winter, around 2.5 liters per day is sufficient. If it is a hot summer like southern India, South India, 3.5 liters are sufficient. If you are staying only in the AC rooms, 2.5 liters are sufficient per day. This is the ideal one. Then how to take the water? I come across one TV, somebody is saying that you take water before taking the food. This is absolutely not accepted in Ayurveda. And he has given a simile also. So suppose if you want to cook the food, what you do, you take a vessel and pour the water and boil the water first, and then put the rice at the latter. So similarly, if you take water before taking food, and that will be boiled and ready to prepare to accommodate your food and easily digested, that is wrong concept. Actually, there are three options given in Ayurveda. Before taking food, water is prohibited, because that is going to influence the digestive process. Even modern system also accepts. If you take water, it dilutes the enzymes. Digestive capacity is minimized. Similarly, three options what I told you. One is, if you want to become lean and thin, you take little quantity of water before food. Okay, that is good. If you are obese, then you can take 1 tumbler of water before taking food and then take the food. So intake of food will be minimized. And if you want to increase your plumpness, you are lean and thin, if you want to increase the plumpness, take the water at the end. Okay. And if you want to maintain the healthy state, you take water in between the food. This is very, very important. So I must be clear, if you want to maintain health, the best option is taking water along with food. Is a very, very ideal thing. Neither before nor after ideal, but if you want to manage the plumpness and also obesity or lean thinness, you can accommodate, like obesity people can take water before, and lean thin people can take water at the end. So this is very, very important. And taking lukewarm water throughout the day is very ideal, but not in the morning. You remember, taking lukewarm water is going to clear the channels, and such people will not get the coronary artery diseases, stroke problems, if they regularly adopt the lukewarm water taking, but whether it is available or not. So another question commonly we come across is RO water. RO water is good or not? Because usually we have a RO mechanism in our intestines. Whatever the water you take, that will be reverse osmosis technology is inbuilt in our body, and that will be accommodated. No doubt at all. So, but very important thing is, if you take boiled and cooled water, that is ideal. Boiled, cooled, whatever the water source it may be, even if it is a Telugu Ganga or a bore water, you can take, and then you can boil it. And in the boiling also, it must be boiled for 10 to 15 minutes continuously. People used to just make it hot and get it down. That is not the boiled water. So you have to boil it. So any water you can take, boiled and cooled is a very, very ideal one. And very important is, some people used to say, we have total dissolved solvents very high, sir, in our area. So if we boil lot of crust is formed in the vessel. So these are all not going to influence us, you remember. So these are all not going to influence. Even TDS is higher, and that is going to manage by our body. So you can take bore water as it is. Even without boiling also, bore water can be taken. For taste purpose, you can boil it, or for the taste purpose, you can go for even water like Telugu Ganga. So, but Telugu Ganga contamination is possible. That is the reason why we are boiling it and taking it water. So this is actually very ideal. So third important thing in the lifestyle, very important aspect which I want to cover is sleep. Sleep, Ayurveda says that sleep is the first physician. So if you work from morning to night and take a sleep, and in the morning you will be ever fresh. You are ready to work again another 10, 12 hours. How it can be managed? Because sleep is a very, very important physician, which is going to repair all the previous wear and tear of your body throughout the night. And again, you will be made fresh on the next day. It is just like servicing your body every day. So that is the reason why Ayurveda says that sleep is a very, very essential component of health. If you properly maintain the sleep, you will get all positive aspects. If you improperly adopt the sleeping habits, and then you will be on the other side. So that is what Ayurveda says, Nidrayatam Sukham Dukkham. Sukham means healthiness. Dukkham means unhealthiness. Healthiness, unhealthiness is dependent on sleep. Pushti Karsham, that means obesity and lean thinness also dependent on sleep. Bala Balam, strength and weakness, both are also dependent on. Vrushata Klibata, that is even Aphrodite, the manliness and unmanliness, both are also related to the sleep. Jnanam Ajnanam, that means even knowledge and lack of knowledge, both are also sleep. And Jivitam Nacha, that means if you want to have the life, that is also depend on sleep. And if you don't want life, that is also depend on sleep. Then again, I will explain all these things one after another in a very brief form. Sleep, I told you, is the first physician. If you go for about 6 to 8 hours of sleep is very ideal. 6 to 8 hours of sleep. Day sleep below 60 years people and children below 60 years, above 18 years people is prohibited. Day sleep above 18 years, below 60 years people is prohibited. Except summer. Summer, it is advocated in Ayurveda. Summer, because of the hot sun, they can have a day's nap. Power nap, some people used to say power nap. Asine prachilayatam. This is also said in Ayurveda. So if you want to forego the day sleep effects, you can sit and sleep for about 10-15 minutes. That is ideal. It is going to give energy to you. So that is also advocated. And sleep, timely sleep is very, very important. Timely sleep means if you go for early bed, early rise. This is a very, very ideal thing. This has been practiced generations together in our India. But unfortunately, because of our TVs, it is completely shattered to pieces. So earlier, when I used to live in a village, last bus was around 9:30. So when I got down from the last bus and going to my house, everything was with a pin drop silence. But now, if you go right now, you can listen the same TV channel from starting of the bus getting down to your house. Every house that will supplement you without any interruption. One house after another house, they are tuned to so many channels. So this is because our sleeping habits are disturbed by our TV channels. Probably, if you legitimately use it, good. If you want to have healthy state, healthy lifestyle, you adopt a healthy life. Very important is sleep. Sleep is very, very important because extensive research works are also done. Evidence also accumulates that the people having less than 6 hours of sleep, more than 8 hours of sleep, Both are affected equally by disease conditions. Less than 6 hours is going to accumulate the stress in them. More than 8 hours is going to cause sedentary life diseases. That is lifestyle disorders like coronary artery diseases, stroke, dyslipidemias, diabetes, hypertension. All these can be possible if you sleep more than 8 hours. If you adopt less than 6 hours of sleep, all the stressful disorders can come. So these are all very important. Another is probably you see in the younger generation, student generation, they used to wake up throughout the night when the examination is there on the next day. This is absolutely a wrong thing. That is what Ayurveda say. Nidrayatam, jnanam, ajnanam. Both are linked to the sleep. If they comfortably sleep, their recollection capacity, memory, comprehension are very good, and they can attend to their examination on the next day if they properly sleep. But parents are also encouraged that my son is sleeping only 2 hours in the night, sir, during the examination. That is absolutely a wrong thing. So let them sleep at least 6 hours. If they sleep 6 hours, their performance in the next day examination is absolutely good. So this is very, very important because this is a disorganized and mismanagement of the time by students. Only they want to read at the end, at the 11th hour, not planned throughout the academic year. This is actually the problem. So we have to correct that. So sleep, 6 to 8 hours sleep is very good, and less than 6 hours, more than 8 hours sleep is going to cause harm, and day sleep is going to cause obesity. You remember that. Day sleep. There is a simile example is also given in Ayurveda. Varaha evo pushyati. Varaha means pig. Most fast plumping animal in the world is pig only, because it can only be seen in two conditions, either eating or sleeping. Only two possibilities are there. So pig can only be identified either watching, eating it, or sleeping it. So this similarly, this is similarity given. So the people are obese, they want to get rid of, they should not sleep in the daytime. This is very, very important. And they should not sleep more than 8 hours. This is also very important thing. So this is about the sleep. Next, coming to the another important piece, Vyayama, physical activity. Physical activity is also very important because without physical activity, karma samarthya cannot be increased. That means ability of physical endurance cannot be improved in every individual. So as probably you might have even experienced it. Some of the muscles are not used by our regular activity. If you want to use that, you are going to get cramps. Why? Because the physical activity is going to use all of your muscles in your body and making them fit. So that is what actually Vyayama is well described in Ayurveda. Ayurveda says that Vyayama is nothing but Sarira ayas janakam karma Vyayama muchyate. Sarira ayas janakam. It has to induce the increased respiration rate. That is going to cause Vyayama. Whether you do it with yoga, you do it with a physical activity or aerobics or yogobics, whatever that may be. Now you can see yoga is there, aerobics are there, but now yogobics are also there. Yoga and aerobics are mixed together in several countries, making it as yogobics. So this, whatever that may be, but Vyayama is very important. But instead of adopting the Vyayama, we can go for the yoga, practice of yoga every day. So this Vyayama, Ayurveda says that 6-pack, probably your younger generation might have experienced it. They want to get 6 packs. So they go for gym. Vibhakta ganaghatrutvam deeptagni medasachaya. Vibhakta ganaghatrutvam. Vibhakta means you can distinctly identify the ganagatrutva. This is nothing but 6 packs identified in Vyayama. So Vyayama is going to give you very strengthy muscles, no doubt at all, but you have to maintain it. So you have done for some time. People used to say, I'm going regularly to the gym. Okay, but once it is just playing with a snake, you remember. As long as you maintain that, you will be healthy. If you withdraw it, it will bite you. So gym is also like that. If you regularly do the gym, no problem at all. If you stop after doing gym for about 6 months, you will get obesity. So this is what actually the very important thing which we have to remember. Instead of going to gym, you can regularly go for brisk walk. So people used to say, sir, I started running at the age of 30. So immediately such people is going to get the osteoarthritis problems, knee joint problems. Running is not allowed if it is not habituated up to 18 years. So if you are able to do jogging up to 18 years, you can continue throughout your life. If you want to start freshly after 20 years, jogging is not indicated, because that is going to cause, because I come across a girl of 28 years with obesity of 80 kgs. Parents insisted her to go for skipping every day. So she did skipping for about 1 month. Both knee joints are damaged completely because she didn't get marriage even. So both knee joints are damaged. So that is what ignorance is. Because people used to say that you cannot do all the Vyayama at your convenience or at your will. So you have restrictions at the age as per your ability of doing it. So another important thing is Vyayama is good. No, people used to say, but Vyayama has limitations, moderation also. You cannot do Vyayama more than your physical endurance. That is very important. Ayurveda say Ardhasaktya Vyayama. Ardhasaktya means after doing your physical activity, you must feel that I am still comfortable, but I am able to do this much even again, but I am stopping here. That is moderation. Ardhasaktya Vyayama means half of your physical endurance, you can do the Vyayama. It cannot be done. People proudly say in front of me when they come to me that I used to do 2.5 hours walking, sir. So you are going to land in trouble with osteoarthritis after some time, definitely. And that is going to cause even n number of diseases in future. So Vyayama is also like that. So it is in moderation. If you do not do Vyayama, that is going to cause sedentary life. So many health problems will be there. If you do in excess, that is also going to harm the individual. So moderation is very important. That moderation you have to adopt in your life. So regular Vyayama is in our hands. You can go for regular Vyayama. And some people used to say, can I walk with the chappals, sir? No, it is not possible. Even with a very low cost canvas shoes also good. But chappals walking is not advised. With shoes also, only with the shoes it is advisable. Why? Because the foot must be in the very unified form. So because to hold the chappals, your big toe and second toe have to hold, and that is going to give a bad fracture and posture, and also the biomechanics of weight bearing is going to cause harm to your joints. So that is very, very important because a lot of things are there in it. So this is sleep, related to the sleep. Sleep must be adopted in a very moderation. 6 to 8 hours of sleep is ideal for every day. And if it is less than that and more than that are going to cause harm, this is very, very essential thing. Practice of yoga is not going to replace the yoga. Vyayama, this is very important. People used to say, sir, I want to go for either Vyayama or yoga. You decide me, sir. So you can adopt both, not a thing. Because Vyayama is something different, which are making your physical body fit. Ultimately, it is going to cause good to the karma samarthya, that is physical ability, physical endurance. But yoga is not only going to give the physical endurance, you remember, it is making you with the tranquility of mind. And it is paving way to even higher rungs of yoga practices like dhyana and other things. So that is very important. So if you want to climb high rungs of yoga, Patanjali Yoga Sutra, Ashtanga Yoga, the yoga practice is good. Yoga is even meant for healthiness, that is also sure. And but in moderation, both are very ideal. Practice of yoga, practice of Vyayama is adopted in the day-to-day life. But at least yoga practice is very good for you. So next very important thing is, probably my time is over, I think. I'll take only 5 more minutes of you, and then I'll interact with you. So next is negative habits. We have n number of negative habits. People used to drink, people used to smoke, people used to take gutka and uh, other things. So tobacco, drugs, all these things are there. Younger generation I come across, even at the age of 20, 25, I'm coming across. Even it may be surprised to note that even in Tirupati, every 100 meters there is a possibility of getting the drugs. So such panic conditions are there. In some university campuses, drugs are freely flowing. So these negative habits are going to harm. These are all ill health habits. These negative habits have to be prohibited, inculcated in your mind. But whoever probably come here, they do not have these habits, I'm sure, because if such habit people are there, they don't come to this circle also. And but we can, as you know about the importance of that, you can educate the other people that negative habits are going to climb their life, no doubt at all. They are going to shorten their life. They are going to erode their quality of life. All these things are possible by negative habits. So drinking alcohol and smoking is very important. Gutka, pan parag, and other drugs, taking of drugs, either in inhalation mode or in the form of smoking mode. And these are all very dangerous things for the healthy. So if you want to protect your healthy lifestyle, these have to be prohibited. They should not come into your mind. So these are all very important things. All above all, very important thing which I want to focus here is you set your goals, limitations to your resources. Very important. Very important. That means high aspirations must be there, but high aspirations sometimes without ground reality is going to land in you in trouble. So that is very important. Either planning your finance, planning your personal life, planning your career. You have to plan in such a way that it should not cause stress to you. That is very, very important. Stressful, in spite of all these adoption of lifestyle corrections. But if stress is induced, I give an example. One of the TDD employees is a very small employee, that is a Sharaf employee. So he gave 3 lakhs lending to some of his friends. So immediately he negated giving it back. So this fellow is having all regulated habits, lifestyle, good correction, and everything is there. But suddenly he developed epilepsy, seizures, because that money was kept for his daughter's marriage. That is taken away by somebody. So that lot of stress, financial stress is there with him, how to cope up with it. So immediately there is a repercussion, seizure disorders are developed. So this type of things are very commonly come across. So I come across a situation where in one European country, one gentleman was working as an engineer there. He was coming to India from his house to the nearest airport, where he has to catch an international flight. So while coming from his house to airport, lot of traffic jam was there. He was caught in traffic jam. By the time he reached to the airport, he missed the international flight. You can imagine, with the family members, wife, children, and himself. So he exposed a lot of stress. Immediately he got stroke. He was joined there and again brought back to that country, and again he was admitted in a hospital, spent huge amount of 1.5 crore. He didn't get his right hand and right leg was paralyzed, and voice was also gone. The company terminated him and he got admitted here. So when I was facing the same situation, when I went to one guest lecture one town, so where I finished my guest lecture because the inauguration was taken place little delayed. So, but the minister came very late. My lecture was postponed, and my flight was almost at the verge. So, minister assured me that it doesn't matter. I'll give my vehicle and it will take you immediately. I took his vehicle and went there. By the time I went, I missed the flight. So very coolly, I returned back. So that driver was saying, how can you manage this coolness? I immediately informed this incident. See, I can go either by other flight or even by other mode of transport. It doesn't matter for me. My health, my life is very important. I learned this lesson from that engineer who exposed it to this panic conditions, that is stroke, when he exposed to a panic condition, that is where he was missing a flight. So this type of things must be learned and we have to adopt. That is the sthita pragnata. That is, even for the dukkha and sukha, you have to accept. Sita, Ushna, you have to accept equally. That is the sthita pragnata. That means stress adaptation is ultimate. You are going to adopt any stressful situations in such a way that if you reach to the peak, pinnacle of stress adaptation is nothing but sthita pragnata. That's what yoga says. So that is absolutely the stage where you can face any situation, any negative situation in a very cool manner. Nothing is going to influence your health. You are absolutely maintain a healthy life, very long life, and a very happy life. This is actually what I want to share with you. But lot number of things are there. But let me open this forum for discussion. You can ask any questions because a lot of questions will be there after listening to me.
Yes.
Good morning, sir.
Good
Yes,
morning.
Nagkumar Karu.
Sir, barefoot walking in home is okay?
But actually, can you pardon?
Sir, barefoot walking in home is okay?
Barefoot walking on a hard surface is not acceptable.
Okay, sir.
Barefoot walking on lawn is acceptable. Lawn.
Okay, sir.
So if you walk on lawn, that is very, very ideal, very healthy also. If you walk barefoot on lawn, early morning where the dewdrops are there, that is going to influence your health. There must be some cushion effect in the legs. Okay.
Sir,
Sir, how many times? Yeah, one more, sir. One more. Just sorry to interrupt you, sir. How many times we can take the food, sir? Somebody says 3 times, somebody says 2 times, somebody says 1 time.
Yeah, this is a really very good question. But Ayurveda advocates 2 annakalas in the beginning, 2 annakalas,
Okay.
morning and evening. Morning means before 10 we have to take the food, and before sunset we have to finish the second meal. It was seen in the 2000 years back books. Once the books of medieval period, that is the 11th, 10th, 11th century books of Ayurveda, if you see, 3 annakalas are advised. That means there is a transition. There is a transition even there. So 2 annakalas are good. If you properly adapt to that, no problem at all. But 3 annakalas are ideal also. But light in the morning before 9. So there was a study conducted in Western countries on 5,000 people. So they studied on the people who do not take solid food before 9 o'clock in the morning. They are called breakfast skippers as per the medical terminology. The people who do not take any solid food before 9 o'clock, they are called breakfast skippers. So they studied on 5,000 people of breakfast skippers, and they identified that in long course, they are going to get the coronary artery disease. Heart diseases can be possible in those people who do not take food before 9 o'clock. So there must be some quantity of solid food to be taken before 9. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
this lifestyle diseases like blood pressure or cardiac problems and all that, if one is used to taking allopathic medicines for a long time, like 5 to 6 years, is it possible to switch back?
Yeah, actually, there are 2 issues here. One is you already are taking a management medicine in modern system. Management is only management. That means you are taking medicine and the blood pressure is maintained for 24 hours. You are taking a medicine and your sugar is maintained for 12 hours or 24 hours. That's all. So that is not a permanent solution. You have to climb to one step to the another step. So when you are started with a first step, and you have to climb to the peak step also in them. So, but by adopting the lifestyle correction, you are going to minimize the requirement of the medicines. Or at one stage, you can also even withdraw the medicines also. That possibility is there. But already you are in 2-3 medicines for hypertension, 1 or 2 medicines for diabetes. You cannot come back immediately. But by adopting the lifestyle and regulated your even food habits also, then gradually you can reduce the medicinal requirement, and at one stage you can even minimize it. That can be possible. So that reversibility is there. But many people think that I am already taking medicine. What is the need of correction of my lifestyle? By adding the lifestyle correction, medicines can be minimized and further complicated stages can be prevented.
Thank you, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, any medicines or any methods regarding the avoid the
Stress, anxiety, and dysomania, sir.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, I worked, my postgraduate thesis is on Yoga Nidra. Yoga Nidra is a very, very important topic which was developed by Swami Satyananda Saraswati, Bihar School of Yoga. You can even click the Bihar School of Yoga Munger website and you can get the Yoga Nidra books and Yoga Nidra even CDs also. This actually, it is going to overcome the inadequacy of sleep, lack of sleep, insomnia, and also anxiety conditions. You can immediately replace it. That means even de-addiction also, by practicing Yoga Nidra, de-addiction can be possible. That means the people who are indulged in smoking, indulged in alcohol, they are unable to come out from their habit. So then, by inducing them the Yoga Nidra and giving the suggestions of withdrawing that habit, we can come back. Similarly, this Yoga Nidra is translated into 18 European languages, you can remember. So such popularity is there for this Yoga Nidra practice. And this is used as a very important sleeping pill in European countries, Western countries. By practicing it, you can get a very comfortable sleep. And your tranquility of mind is increased. Your memory, comprehension, concentration are improved. And all these are possible, and anxiety can be overcome. Stress adaptation is increased, means anxiety is minimized. The other conditions when there is a psychiatric problem, so where we are unable to manage or mend the individual, then we have to take the support of drug and then support of the yoga, and then we can overcome from such situations of a critical psychiatric problems.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Self Panchakarma, foot massage, and Sirodharya is the beneficial, sir?
Self Panchakarma means, what do you mean? I could not understand being a Panchakarma.
Manantak manam Panchakarma chesukodanikani, massage of the body.
Yeah. That you see, massage of the body, actually, we cannot do on our body in all areas of our body parts. Okay. That is the reason why we advocate some masseurs for doing the massage. But what you think that it is an abhyanga? Abhyanga means application of oil. Application of oil is advised in Ayurveda by himself. You need not take the help of somebody else. Taking oil and making it lukewarm and applying all over the body and waiting for some time and taking a hot water bath, hot shower is a very, very ideal thing. So this is going to improve the texture of the skin, color of the skin, and also the healthiness of the body. Both can be possible. This is what ideal. Panchakarma. And what is your second question? Self massage and Chirodhara?
Yes.
Yes, Chirodhara, where you need a technical expertise for that. You cannot do on your own, but somebody has to do it. Okay? But instead of going for that, being an Ayurvedic physician, I advocate Yoga Nidra is a very, very ideal thing. You can practice on your own. So it is in Amritasana posture, and you can practice on your own. Regular practice of Yoga Nidra is going to overcome any stressful situations and making you physically, mentally, emotionally fit and to even maintain your healthiness.
Any online courses is there, sir?
Yeah. You can contact the Bihar School of Yoga, or you can attend even our yoga, Rashtriya Sanskrit Vidyapith yoga courses, where that is also a part of that. Yoga Nidra is also dealt in that.
Sir, good morning, sir. I have a question. Sir?
Yeah. You can go ahead. I can listen.
So the two questions. ఒకటి ఏంటంటే సార్ ఇప్పుడు మల్టీ క్వజిన్ వే ఆఫ్ ఈటింగ్ చాలా ఫ్యాషన్ అయిపోయింది అన్ని చోట్ల. అంటే తెలుగు వాళ్ళు అయ్యుండి ఒక రకంగా మన అమ్మమ్మలు పెద్దవాళ్ళు పెట్టిన తిండి తిని పెరిగాము. బట్ టు వేరియస్ రీజన్స్ వీ హ్యావ్ మూవ్డ్ అవే టు డిఫరెంట్ కంట్రీస్ ఆర్ వేరే చోట ఉండడం అది అలవాటయ్యి ఏమవుతుందంటే వీఆర్ అడాప్టింగ్ టు డిఫరెంట్ కల్చర్స్ అండ్ ఈవెన్ దో వీఆర్ స్టిల్ మెయింటైనింగ్ వెజిటేరియనిజం, we are changing the food in such a way that we are adapting to those cultures, like eating pasta, pizzas, alanti. And what's your opinion on that? Like being still vegetarian and eating those, their impacts on our health. One question. The second question is, sir, is that in a country where the temperature is completely different from that of I have grown up from, we go into -30, -40 degrees. So అలాంటప్పుడు మీరు అన్నది ఏంటంటే రీజనల్ ఫుడ్ అలవాటైన బాడీకి మార్చుకోవాలని. సో హౌ డు వి అడాప్ట్ టు దోస్ కండిషన్స్ అండ్ స్టిల్ ట్రై టు మెయింటైన్? సో ఇప్పుడు కూడా ఇండియన్ ఫుడ్ చేసినప్పుడు పోపులు వేయడము, మన ఆవాలు, జీలకర్ర, ఇంగువ అవన్నీ వాడడం అవన్నీ చేస్తాం సార్. బట్ స్టిల్ వెన్ వి మైగ్రేట్ ఓవర్ టు ది multi-cuisine environment of eating food, ఇవన్నీ పోతాయి. సో అలాంటప్పుడు how do we balance it?
Yeah. Actually, this is a very basic question. When you travel all over the countries or you stay as a NRI, so this question comes not for you but for your generation, younger generation, because they are very fastly inclined to such type of foods. But usually, as you know, pasta, even the conditions of pizzas, burgers, and all these things, they are all chemically treated. Taste enhancers, around 256 chemicals are added to pizza. Then only it will give a taste. So we are swimming in a ocean of chemicals, So when you adopt such type of foods, definitely we are swimming in a ocean of chemicals. Now there is a theory that is called the hormone disruptor theory of chemicals. So when we are exposed to different types of chemicals in the form of food as a preservative or taste enhancers or coloring agents, whatever that may be in the modern international foods, but they are all going to cause endocrine disruption. What is endocrine disruption means? Any endocrine axis is circular in nature. That means it regulates on its own. If it is required, it stimulates. If it doesn't require, it inhibits. So there is a maintenance of the equilibrium seen in majority of the hormones. But these chemicals are going to disrupt that axis, and there is a chaos. That means confusion in the axis, and there is a perversion in the endocrine system. Maybe hyperthyroidism or hypothyroidism, or any hormonal imbalance like PCODs develop, and estrogen disturbances are seen in the menstrual disorders. All these things are very, very possible. So in such condition, preparing on your own, suppose I used to say the people used to take the certain fast foods here. If I advocate the mother, you learn that process and try to do it in your own kitchen. So then we can minimize the chemical addition to that food. So that is going to cause less minimization of the health hazards from those chemicals. The second is adopting to the local health food habits. This is very, very important. Suppose if you are an Indian born in southern India, you go to such country where the temperature is very low, it's stretched even for 6 months. So adoption of food habits to that local area is very, very ideal, rather than adopting or preserving the same food habits of here. So, but how to adopt it? Because being a vegetarian, you have a lot of restrictions again. So what to be taken and what not to be taken. But in such conditions, you have also a very different geographical conditions in India. You see to the extreme northern India, Himachal Pradesh, there the temperature will be even less than 30, minus 30s sometimes in certain areas in the winter. So they used to take roti, parathas, and all those things. So that type of Indian foods can be adopted there. So where the people who adopt such type of food, especially in the Himalayan range, they take more potatoes, more even stuffed wheat, and all those things, more vegetables, and these type of foods are adopted there. In southern India, if you take, so more rice is consumed, more vegetables in boiled form are consumed, and these habits are entirely different. So accordingly, you can gradually change it. Transition is needed. You cannot immediately, abruptly change into that. And gradual transition is very, very important. And this is called acclimatization of food habits. Acclimatization of food habits are going to save you and protect your health. And if you adopt the same food habits of southern India, even if being an NRI elsewhere, and that is going to cause harm to you. So this is a very, very important thing.
Excuse me, sir.
Hi, sir.
Yeah. Right?
Hi, I am Kirti, and I have 3 questions, sir. Sir, you have talked about food and sleep timings. Is there any advisable food and sleep timings? And my second question is there any Ayurvedic books that we can prefer reading related to food and sleep? And my third question is eating specific foods, veg related to veg or non-veg eating. Does it stimulates our emotions, mainly anger? Or how do we manage anger? And I'm 23 now. I've stopped eating non-veg, and my mom says when you are in childhood, I have given you non-veg. You have eaten non-veg from childhood, and now stopping it will create problems. Is there any thing you can say on it?
So because these 3 questions are very important, commonly we come across in our minds, what
Yes.
to eat and what not to eat. But very important thing, there is a lot of difference between yoga, naturopathy, and Ayurveda. Ayurveda, if you go through the Charaka Samhita book, you also asked about any book is there.
Yes.
Lot of descriptions about the food habits. You have options for non-vegetarian and vegetarian dishes also. Recipes of non-vegetarian, recipes of vegetarians, both are advised. Never in Ayurveda, though it is descended from the Vedic culture, never we prohibit the taking of non-vegetarian food. You remember that. But very important thing is our food is going to create the emotions. Sattvic, Rajasic, and Tamasic. As you see in the nature, so the grass-eating animals, they are all always sattvic in nature. And ferocious animals, they are all meat eaters, flesh eaters. So such nature, if you observe the nature, similar possibilities can also be seen in. So that is the reason why Ayurveda advocates all the types of foods, because certain people who work at the borders, they need non-vegetarian food. They need strength. So they need not be a sattvic person. They must be Rajasic only. So that type of Rajasic nature must be there. And some tamasic food is also needed. Otherwise, if we do not take the tamasic food, we don't get sleep also. So absolute sattvic food is not going to get the sleep. Tamasic food is also needed to get the sleep, because nidra is sleshma tamo sambhava nidra. Nidra, that means sleep, is going to be induced by excessive sleshma, that is kapha, and also tamas. Both are there, then only we can get the sleep. So quality sleep is needed, tamas is needed. Your physical endurance, rajasic nature, rajasic food is needed, and sattvic nature for your enlightenment and your development of the spirituality and other things, the sattvic food. So there is a balanced advocation in Ayurveda. We never say that only sattvic food is needed. We always advocate. Being a pure vegetarian myself, I say that if the people used to take the non-vegetarian food, I don't even restrict them. But in certain diseases, we restrict them. So next, your question is about what type of food is advised and what type of food is not advised, especially some advocations can be possible. So generalizations cannot be possible in food in Ayurveda. Very important. always food is assessed in 6 tastes. Okay, there are 6 tastes in the food. Based on the 6 tastes, we advocate the food. So we never advocate the food in the form of quality or even name. So taste means madhura, means sweet. Amla means sour. And lavana means salty. Madhura, amla, lavana rasas. These 3 rasas, the people who are lean and thin, these 3 tastes are very good for them. Okay. And who are obese, for those people, these 3 tastes are not good. The people who are obese, if they want to take more salty, sour, and sweet food, that is going to cause harm to them, and that is going to increase the plumpness to them. And another 3 tastes are there. That is called bitter and astringent. That is called kashayam అని అంటాం, అంటే ఒగరుగా ఉండేదాన్ని ఒగరు అని అంటాం. And next one is pungent. That is katu. That is కారంగా ఉండటం అంటాం కదా. So that is pungent. So these 3 tastes are there. These three tastes are going to be good for the obese people. Obese people can take the bitter, can take the spicy food, can take the astringent food. So these foods are especially assessed in terms of only the 6 tastes. Based on the 6 tastes, we adopt the food habits, we advocate the food habits based on their constitution. There are 7 people as per the constitution. That means all the people can be categorized into 7. That is what actually the astrologists categorize all the people into 27 into 4 padas, 27 nakshatras into 4 padas, 108 categories. All the people in the world universe can be categorized into 108 astrological constitutions and 7 Ayurvedic constitutions. So these 7 Ayurvedic constitutions are Vata, Pitta, Kapha. And in combination, Vata, Pitta, Pitta, Kapha, and Kapha, Vata, and Sama Prakriti. That is 7th one is all the 3 balanced nature. So these are formed at the time of birth itself. It is not in our hands. We cannot modify one constitution to the another constitution. Some people ask, can I become the Sama Prakriti, sir? It cannot be possible. Sama Prakriti is going to give 100 years of longevity. So the genetic imposition is also there in that. So based on that taste, we advocate. For suppose if the Vata Prakriti patients, Madhura, Amla, Lavana rasas are good. Pitta Prakriti patient, Katu, Amla, Lavana, these must be prohibited. Madhura, Tikta, Kashaya rasas are good. That means sweet and astringent, bitter are ideal for the Pitta Prakriti patients. Kapha Prakriti patients, Katu, Tikta, Kashaya rasas, that means pungent and astringent and bitter. These are all good for the Madhura. So based on that, we advocate the diet. So diet, which diet is ideal, which diet is, I never say that vegetarian diet is supreme and non-vegetarian diet is less supreme. This is not there. As per their activity. So suppose if the individual is doing hard work, he needs some non-vegetarian food, no doubt at all. So then only physical endurance can be capable, can be possible. So these are all the things clearly mentioned in Ayurveda. Never there is an advocation that vegetarian food is good, non-vegetarian food is not good. Such type of advocations are not there. A hand number of vegetarian recipes and non-vegetarian recipes are described in Ayurveda. So you asked about the book. Charaka Samhita is a very ideal book. Charaka Samhita Sutra Sthanam. You can go through the 26, 27, 28 chapter. Lot of discussions about the food are available. So you can go through that. It is English translations are also available. And even if you browse in the Google search, you can get Ayurvedic food styles. So many recipes are available which can be prepared in our own kitchens.
Excuse me, sir.
నమస్కారం డాక్టర్ గారు.
నమస్తే
నమస్కారం.
నమస్తే మేడం, చెప్పండి.
మా కుటుంబానికి 4 తరాలుగా ఇచ్చినటువంటి ఆయుర్వేద జ్ఞానాన్ని మన ఇండియాలోనే కాకుండా అబ్రాడ్ లో కూడా చాలా మంది యోగా ఫ్రెండ్స్ ఉన్నారు డాక్టర్ గారు. వాళ్ళందరికీ మన ప్రాచీనమైనటువంటి ఆయుర్వేద జ్ఞానం అందించినందుకు ధన్యవాదాలు చెప్తున్నాను డాక్టర్ గారు. నమస్కారం అండి.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, one question. And you're really thanks to you for covering all the aspects of lifestyle, and you've cleared almost all the common doubts. But now getting nutrients through food is always good. But now, in case of any severe deficiency of a particular nutrient, and not only that, during this pandemic, many people are going for supplementation and going to Ayurveda and allopathy without doctor's prescription. They are buying vitamin or mineral multivitamin supplements and they're taking. What do you suggest on that? And what is the best time for taking, if at all it is necessary during the time of day?
Actually, this is also a man-made problem. Man-made problem means when we were eating the native foods and native vegetables, native fruits, all those things were there earlier days. But once the biotechnology, green revolution has been introduced to increase the quantity of productivity of even agriculture produce. So then a lot of things are taken place. Now, the biotechnology has gone to that level that there should not be any bitterness, there should not be any seed in the fruit, there should not be any astringent taste in the fruits. So like that we minimized and we focused more for the shelf life. That means even if a fruit is kept, that should be there for even longer period. So focusing only those areas, skipping the nutrients. So because Ayurveda say that bitter shell or even around that fruit, there is a thick skin. And that is also having lot of phytochemicals which are going to supplement us. And even some seeds, some pulp, some fiber in that fruit is also going to give some medicinal value to us. So primarily now our attitude is focusing on how much carbohydrates, how much fats, how much proteins. Primary metabolites are described for every fruit and every eatables. But once you go for the secondary metabolites, thousands of secondary metabolites are there, phytochemicals. Those are going to supplement or maintain our health. So once we got the divide of this type of activity, then what happened? Definitely we need supplementation because our foods are not containing these very, very important phytochemicals. So we are having lacking of those nutrients. Once the lacking of nutrients are taken place, definitely supplementation is needed. That is the reason why many people, not only in India, all over the world, they are going for herbal supplements. These herbal supplements are needed only because of the biotechnology processed food, biotechnology processed cultivation methods. So these are all the things which we come across. But at what time, how much time? So these actually natural supplements are there, chemical supplements are there. Accordingly, you can go. But periodical assessment, usually there is a mechanism in our body. So you will get certain cravings. We come across, if the iron deficiency is there, people used to fond of taking those foods which are having iron supplement. So similarly, calcium deficiency is there. They want to eat. 1 minute. Let me keep it aside. Yes. Sorry. The supplement, there is a craving. So based on that craving, you can eat. Craving is nothing but an indicator of deficiency. If you want water, you have a thirst. If you want to eat little spicy food, little pungent food, there is a craving in your body that is deficient. If you want to eat sweet, then, but usually these cravings are natural cravings. But some people inhibit these cravings and they fond of certain foods. Fonding is very different. So I want to eat only sweets. I want to eat only burgers, pizza, and all those things. So that is different. But natural craving is going to supplement you whatever that is required. But in spite of that, that food, whatever that is taken is biotechnology process, and that is not having those required phytochemicals for supplementation. We need to go for supplementation from outside. So that is the reason why many herbs have come into tablet form or capsule form by many companies. A single herbs capsules are available. So we can supplement those and accordingly we can normalize the healthy nature. We can manage the healthiness and avoid the deficiencies.
సో ఇక్కడ మా షాప్స్ లో దొరికే మల్టీవైటమిన్ కి వితౌట్ డాక్టర్స్ ప్రిస్క్రిప్షన్ కెన్ దే గో ఫర్ దట్ అండ్ బై అండ్ హౌ లాంగ్ దే కెన్ యూజ్ లైక్ దట్? Because to improve the immunity during pandemic, I have seen people going for that.
Actually, if you stick on to the regulated diet habits, you don't need to go for anything. Okay, supplements are not needed at all. Supplements are needed only those people who have selective eaters. Selective eaters definitely need supplements. Selective eaters means I take only this, I won't take this type of food. This is my taste, this is not my taste. So such people called selective eaters. Selective eaters definitely land in deficiencies. But the people who eat all the tastes, 6 rasas, if they take regularly, and all vegetables, all fruits, seasonal fruits, whatever that we advocated, if they take that, they don't need even any supplementation. See, surrounding to me, number of medicines are there. I don't take any supplement. Why? Because if you incline it to, if you identify your craving, accordingly, if you eat your food, and then definitely that itself is going to supplement ourselves. We don't need any. But if you take combination of vitamins, those vitamins, some is supplemented more than required. More than required is also harmful to the body. And sometimes we need only a focal vitamin deficiency. If you supplement only that focal vitamin, that is going to give you healthiness. Otherwise, if you dump all the packed vitamins with all the that is multivitamin capsule, whatever that you required is minimum in dose, and whatever that is not required, that is also there in it. That is going to cause disbalance in your homeostasis. That is the reason why my experience, if I take a multivitamin capsule, definitely I'm going to get some disturbance in your health, in my health. So that is the reason why I don't take any multivitamin. Why? Because not needed at all. That is going to disturb our homeostasis. If any deficiency is there, selective intake of the deficiency is going to solve the problem. Okay, that can be identified by a doctor, and that can be recommended by or prescribed by a doctor.
Excuse me, sir.
నమస్తే సార్. సార్, ఈ రోజుల్లో బాగా ఆవు పంచకాన్ని ఎక్కువగా తీసుకుంటున్నారు, నాటు ఆవు పంచకాన్ని. అది ఎంతవరకు తీసుకోవచ్చు అంటారు?
ఇది యాక్చువల్గా ఏంటంటే పంచగవ్య products లో all the 5 given by the cow, they're all good, remember. So we used to use the cow urine in different processings of medicines. చాలా మందులు తయారీలో మేము పంచగవ్యంలో గోమూత్రాన్ని వాడతాం. అయితే మీరు అనేది ఏంటంటే గోమూత్రం తీసుకోవచ్చా? గోమూత్రం తప్పనిసరిగా ఇప్పుడు కంట్రీ కవ్ అయి ఉండాలి, అది కంట్రీ కవ్ అయి ఉండాలి. తర్వాత అది నార్మల్ ఫాడర్ తీసుకునేటట్టుగా ఉండాలన్నమాట. గడ్డి తీసుకొని నడిచి బాగా బయటికి పోయి, వెనకటి రోజుల్లో మీరు చూసే ఉంటారు పల్లెటూళ్ళు ఎలా ఉంటాయంటే మార్నింగ్ తోలుతారు, బాగా నడుచుకుంటూ వెళ్ళి అక్కడ గడ్డి బాగా తినేసి సాయంత్రానికి వచ్చేసి.
हिंदी और इंग्लिश में बोलिए सर प्लीज. हिंदी और इंग्लिश. I don't know Telugu sir. Sorry sir for disturbing.
Actually I the questioner is Telugu. That is the reason I switched on to the Telugu. So I can explain you in English only. So because what she says, her question is related to the cow urine, whether cow urine can be taken regularly or not. Okay, cow urine can be taken regularly, no problem at all. Ayurveda advocates that cow urine is very having lot of medicinal value, no doubt at all. But the thing is, the cow must be such that it has to walk around and going for the fields and eating the fodder or grass and come back and exposing to the sun. All these qualities are there to that cow, then definitely that cow urine is good, healthy. Otherwise, probably might have seen in urban areas, even semi-urban areas, the cows are just thrown out from their houses and they eat all the rubbish things, whatever that is, even including the wall posters. And such cow urine, we cannot say that having the medicinal value. Okay, so you must have such a cow which is having these qualities. It must be a country cow, and fresh urine in the morning is very, very ideal, and that can be taken, no doubt at all. That will give you a healthiness to the body.
Sir, can we preserve that urine, sir, for some days?
No. It is a fresh urine, that what I told you. Fresh urine can be. If you want to preserve the cow urine, you have to adopt the distillation process, gomutrarka. So you have to boil it, and that vapors have to be condensed, and that condensed vapors can be stored for 1 year. That is called
Namaste,
gomutrarka. Is a very pungent in nature. That is a very concentrated form. You can dilute even 4 times or 5 times to gomutrarka. Suppose you take 2 ml of gomutrarka, you can add 10 ml of water, and then can be taken like a gomutra. But gomutra cannot be preserved as it is.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste.
చాలా వండర్ఫుల్ క్లాస్ సార్, మాకు చాలా యూజ్ అవుతుంది సార్. నా వైపు నుంచి ఒక ప్రాబ్లం ఉంది సార్. నాకు మైగ్రేన్ ప్రాబ్లం ఉంది సార్, వన్ సైడ్ మైగ్రేన్, రైట్ సైడ్. ఎప్పుడైతే టాబ్లెట్ యూజ్ చేస్తానో అప్పుడు కొద్దిసేపు రిలీఫ్ ఇస్తుంది సార్.
ఓకే.
3 days కంటిన్యూగా ఉంటుంది సార్ ఇది.
ఓకే.
నా ఏజ్ ఇప్పుడు 30 సార్. అది ప్రాబ్లం ఏంటో తెలియదు సార్. అంటే ఫుడ్ హ్యాబిట్ వల్ల ప్రాబ్లమా లేకుంటే స్లీపీ?
Where do you stay?
ఇన్ ఆంధ్ర ఓన్లీ సార్.
Andhra means not in
అనంతపూర్ సార్. అనంతపూర్ సార్.
Actually, if you find time, you can come to Tirupati, because Tirupati we have a TTD hospital, and we give only 3 months of treatment, and that 3 months of treatment will give you around 1.5 year of relief. And if you adopt certain corrections of your lifestyle, you will get relief forever. Okay, that can be managed 100%, not a problem at all. Vascular headache or migraine headaches can be treatable by Ayurveda, no doubt at all. It is not only a temporary relief, it is a permanent relief for you. Because we used to come across such people who used to take migranil or granil 8 or 10 tablets. Some people even attempted a suicidal also, because of unbearable headache, partial headache. So such people also used to get by us, and definitely we are going to cure them. There is no problem at all. Ayurveda is the best method of using this medicine for vascular headache or migraine headaches. We can give a sure treatment for that.
Okay, sir. Where it is hospital, sir? 1 minute, ma'am.
It is in SWIMS campus, Amma. TTD SWIMS, Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanam Ayurvedic Hospital. You can ask anybody in Tirupati, they will guide you.
Okay,
all
sir.
the hospitals in Tirupati are at one area, one campus.
Sir, sir, I have one question.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah, ఇది ఆయుర్వేద అనేది 6 months course మీరు introduce చేయొచ్చు కదా సార్, like this yoga, because since 1 year we are with Lakshmi Narayan garu and Lokesh garu, and we are we are from different cities, different places, different parts. Rather this distance education is much more useful than physical present education, because it is imparting and creating interest into our ancient sciences. What we are missing is, what the India is missing is, particularly what I am saying is that yoga is missing. Hardly 5% of the population can feel the yoga. Ayurveda, if you see, Ayurvedic hospitals, it is 1%. Why don't you, because the problem, what I discussed with Lakshmi Narayan garu, he said that whatever these ancient books are there, they శిష్యుడికి నేర్పారు కానీ గురు శిష్య పరంపరలో నేర్పారు. దానికంటే ఒక గురుకులం ఉండాలి, గురుకులంలో గురువు గారిని వినాలి, చక్కగా విని చక్కగా గురువు గారిని ఇచ్చేస్తూ ఉండాలి. So as NSU is brought very good thing in yoga, it is an initiative from students also. All of us were from 1 year. Same, we want to get into this. Because Ayurveda, when we were learning, as part of this thing, our teacher, he taught many things, but they were very, very preliminary, we could not go a little bit more into that. So why don't you, as a head of the department, you have full power and authority to take this request into curriculum of UGC, and the 6 months course, it will be excellent now, because we need to know the food habits.
Okay, I can understand. Just let me give an answer for you.
Yes.
Usually the institution or Ayurvedic system, Department of Ayush or Ministry of Ayush, have certain regulations. The regulations and training programs also. But these training programs are prescribed by CCIM, Central Council of Indian Medicine. It advocates what has to be done and what not to be done. Okay. Based on that, only 2 years diploma in Ayurveda course is there. And 5.5 years graduation course is there. 3 years that is specialization course in MD, MS are available. So except this, and there is no other course are entitled to be given by any university or any of the institution, because it is not authorized. As in modern system also 6 months course, 2 years course are not there, because medical systems, if they have about 6 months of course, it must be authorized by the CCIM. If it is authorized by the CCIM, they are entitled to do certain activity in the society. Okay, not for them. So based on that, the institutions are not entitled to manage such type of courses as per the Ministry of Ayush or existing rules. So that is the reason why we are hand tied only by this type of activities. That means suppose if this forum where I am asked to address, then we used to propagate that by TVs and by radio stations, by Sweta training programs, by conducting certain interactive programs at the rural areas. So we are going to manage that by giving certain pamphlets. So in this way we can propagate. But other than this, we have our own limitations, because it is not regulated by the CCIM.
Okay, right, sir. Understood.
Lakshmi Narayana sir.
Sir. Please humbly, pranam, sir. I am humbly requesting all the participants, definitely with the blessings of Murali Krishna, sir. Monthly once at least I arrange SAR class. So SAR is exceeding actually 1 hour. SAR is 7 to 8 only. But by 9 o'clock, SAR is having another class, sir. Please excuse me, sir. All of you, please. Definitely with the blessings of SAR and our Vice Chancellor, definitely I arrange minimum 1 class in a month. Definitely, this is my request in front of the SAR only. Okay, sir? Please, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Dr. Murali Krishna, sir.
Sir.
Thank you so much.
We are all very much thankful to Murali Krishna, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
In his busy schedule, he is giving this opportunity. So at the outset, I am thankful to our Honorable Vice Chancellor for giving up to conduct the celebration of 7th International Yoga Day. At the same time, I am also thankful to our registrar for arranging all these things. Particularly, we all thanks to Murali Krishna sir, out of his busy schedule, he is sparing wording 1 hour, but giving 2 hours. This is the greatness and the success of our sir, not in Tirupati, almost all beyond our state, sir. This is the reputation of sir. Regarding the clinic of sir, patients from the all over the India is coming and waiting for sir appointment, but this is the lucky of you and me having sir for 2 hours, sir. Sir, once again, we are all humbly thankful to you, sir. Sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Once again, I am thankful to all the participants who are patiently listening here for continuously 2 hours, including the practice 3 hours. Definitely, sir, I will arrange.
Very valuable message, sir. First of all, thank you, sir.
Lakshmi Narayana sir,
Excellent
thanks,
session.
sir.
Sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
ఇలాంటి ధన్యవాదాలు సార్.
Sir, definitely, yes, sir.
సార్ నమస్కారం సార్.
మేడం నమస్తే మేడం.
సార్ 4 తరాలుగా మేము డాక్టర్ గారికి 4 తరాలుగా మేము ఆయన్ని చూస్తున్నాం సార్. కానీ ఇలా మన ఆంధ్రాలోనే చిత్తూరు డిస్ట్రిక్ట్ కాకుండా కంప్లీట్ మన ఇండియా ప్లస్ అబ్రాడ్ లో కూడా అవకాశం ఇచ్చిందానికి మీకు ధన్యవాదాలు సార్. ఆ సార్ అంటే మాకు తెలుసు సారే గొప్పతనము, ఇంతమందికి పరిచయం చేశారు, అందుకు మీకు ధన్యవాదాలు సార్.
Thank you, madam. With the blessing of sir, definitely I will arrange minimum one class in a month. Definitely, right, madam. Sure, madam. Because some participants are waiting for asana competition. Immediately this session, just asana competition will start. Right. Dhanyavadam, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Once again, thankful to our Professor Murali Krishna, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. All the audience participants. Thank you.
లేదంటే ఇంకా లైవ్ జరుగుతుంది. ఈరోజు లైవ్ జరుగుతుంది.